Hello and welcome to New Hope for Today. My name is Pastor Andrew Hise, and I'm the pastor at New Hope Friends Church in Goldsboro, North Carolina. Over the past 2 days, we've been taking some time and thinking about the idea of thankfulness. We've been talking about how to be thankful. We've been talking about how we lack in thankfulness many times. But today, on November 11th, is a day that we specifically set aside to be thankful. Not just for anything, but for something very specific, to be thankful for those who have given their lives or are still living and have served in our armed forces. Today, of course, is Veterans Day. And so those of us in America, we take time to thank all of those who have served and given of their time to sacrifice for our nation. And this began as Armistice Day, and it was a day that was to commemorate not only those who are living that served in the military, but those who also had given their lives. And I just want to say, before I say anything else, that if there's a veteran that's watching this today, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for the sacrifice, for the blood, for the sweat, the tears that you gave in defending our nation. And I also want you to know that you are cared for and loved. I know this can be a very hard time to remember your service and be told thank you over and over again. But know that you're loved and cared for by me and by Jesus himself. Know that today. But on this day, as we remember those and are grateful for those who have given so much for our country, I think of the quote from the famous Scottish poet Thomas Campbell, when he said, "The patriot's blood is the seed of the tree of freedom." And I think that is so true. Today, if you've served in our armed forces, the blood, the sweat, the sacrifice that you, a true patriot, gave in service to your country has bought the freedoms of our nation. And I'm grateful for that. And those who have shed their blood, the patriots who have shed their blood in defending our freedoms, you are the seed that has grown into the tree of freedom that we enjoy today. The former pastor of New Hope Friends Church, Bill Garner, used to say, the church here is located very close to Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. And we're exactly on the flight path. In fact, I'm pretty sure they use our church building as a way to know when to turn to make the landings into the Air Force Base. But anytime a plane would fly by and you'd have to stop because it's so loud, you can't even hear yourself or hear anybody else, what Bill would say after that plane would go by, he'd say, "That is the sound of freedom." And I believe that. Those who give their life, those who have served in our military, you have bought our freedom. But the thing is, there's someone else who has bought our freedom. And we must remember him even this day. In our gratefulness and our thankfulness. And that is Jesus Christ. In his letter of Revelation, John wrote these words in his greeting. He said this, "Grace to you and peace from him who is and who was and who is to come, and from the seven spirits who are before his throne, and from Jesus, the faithful witness, the firstborn of the dead, and the ruler of the kings on earth." And listen to this part. "To him," that is Jesus, "who loves us and has freed us from our sins by his blood." You see, just as those who have served in our military and those who have given their lives in our military, they bought the freedom that we enjoy here in America by their blood. Jesus also bought your freedom and my freedom by dying on a cross. You see, all of us are living in a world of sin. We sin continuously. We don't even realize we're doing it. Anytime we lie, anytime we have impure thoughts, anytime our heart just is continually just a factory for sin. But Jesus Christ died for that sin. And that sin separates us from God. And so Jesus came and he died for us, shedding his blood to die in our place, to free us from the bondage that we have made for ourselves in sin. So know this today, as you think of veteran, Think of Jesus and the sacrifice that he gave. And remember this, the sound of freedom, the sound of true freedom, true spiritual freedom from your sin, true spiritual freedom to go to God, to be God's child. The sound of that freedom is not from a plane or from some other thing. It is in the cry from the cross when Jesus said, "It is finished." That is the sound of freedom that we must be grateful for this day. New Hope for Today is a daily video devotional brought to you by Pastor Andrew Hise of New Hope Friends Church. New Hope Friends Church is located at 4451 U.S. Highway 70 East in Goldsboro, North Carolina. New Hope for Today. Strength for today. Hope for tomorrow.